Hey everyone, Rob Brended here, talking to you about how to get out from underneath your minds and connect with your internal operating system. This is a video where I'm going to be looking at, for me, a massive problem for people who want to optimize themselves and achieve the greatest life that they want. So if that's you, which is a lot of the clients I work with, this one thing is going to ruin that, is going to get in the way and ultimately give you a completely unfulfilling life. Yeah. So that's what I'm going to be telling you about, the principle about why that is a problem for a lot of people, this area. So I was working with a young lady the other day, and immediately impressed by her intelligence and her questions, the way when it was the first session, so she wrote beforehand what she wanted to work on, and I was impressed by the way she expressed herself. So I was excited about the call, and very quickly she mentioned that her work wasn't fulfilling, although it was a very good job and she paid very well. And she said, "I'm meant for bigger things." And that immediately, I wrote that down in my notes, which I have in front of me. And then I was kind of looking like, what's the worst? So she's saying all of this, I want all of this. Therefore, there is an opposite exists that she wants to get away from. Yeah. And so I went over here with her and I said, if you failed at life, would that bother you? Now I'm asking you, if you failed at life, if you failed at this life, would that bother you? Now, if it does bother you, you need to become completely neutral to that. So what that means is, let's look at that. So what I did was I wrote down that statement, if you fail at life. Her reply was, it would devastate her. Devastating, which is a 10 out of 10. Now, devastating is a word that often comes up when you're looking at there's something inside of you or on your computer that's causing a lot of problems. So I was like, immediately, wow, this is fantastic. That's a dragon, and behind the dragon are the jewels. So now there's no cookie cutter approach, but what you have to know is there's no truth to if she fails at life. There's nothing weak there. So I had to go up behind her mind and find what is weakening her, what is causing so much fear and devastation. Now, quickly, when there's a 10 out of 10 and devastation, the likelihood you're going to attract that situation is almost inevitable. The stronger your fear, the more likely you are to attract it in this lifetime, to resolve it. Yeah. So what I did was I went and looked for the number one weakness, her primary weakness, to do with this thought. And it came from her mum, and her mum and her mum and her mum. So her ancestors, it came from her ancestors, it's almost like a curse. Like there's such amount of weakness coming down from her ancestors to her that I call it a curse, which is an old term, an old word for like a really bad virus coming down. So there was nothing really she could do about it. The weakening effect was overwhelming. So it wasn't failing for her mum or her ancestors that was the problem. It was succeeding, the absolute opposite. So it was a subconscious malware virus coming down through the generations that was knocking this young lady over. So we cleared, now I cleared, or we cleared that together, that weakness around success coming from her mum and her ancestors. And I then asked her again, if you fail at life, how would you feel? She was much calmer about it. So it was gone. Yeah, so that would have ruined her. And I've seen it before, and I've worked with people who can't change, like few, but there are some where the computer just like computer says no, and they attract it. I've seen the people I've known, like there's one person in particular, 2 years beforehand I worked with them. They couldn't change. They were totally caught by their mind. And I said, if you don't resolve this is what you're going to get. And they got it. They attracted it. They attracted a wheelchair, losing all their health, everything that I predicted, but they don't see the connection. Yeah. So coming back to when you start to think, like, let's say you meditate or you're aware of your thoughts, if you have that type of thought that you want to optimize yourself and have the perfect life, that means that there's a problem. And it's counterintuitive, because you think, oh, that will drive me and it will give me that. No, it's like you're chasing a ghost. So what we have to do is find, you need to be neutral. That's where the energy is. If we use, say, an elite athlete, let's say Messi, when he's scoring goals, he's pretty neutral about scoring goals. He doesn't worry. It's just part of who he is. But when I work with footballers who, I really want to score goals and everything, there's a problem there. They're not doing it. So if you so if you have these, so what I'm saying is, it wasn't just on her computer, it was coming down from her ancestors, and that's why she couldn't resolve it. So we cleared that programming off her computer, and she immediately shifted, changed, and it's gone. It's gone, right? Funny enough, with her, as with most things, there are never just one thing. There's usually a combination. And then her father came up, he had another thing, which combined with her mother's thing really created a difficult situation for her. So there was this wonderful woman who had so much potential and so fast, and a really lovely girl. You could really feel it off her. And then she's like, why every time I start to succeed, it goes wrong? Well, this is why. These are the programs that are affecting us. It's not just our own internal computer. It can be coming down through different computer systems, like models or ancestral cache, and programs, folders. We're just computers. Everything is stored in the cloud, and we need to resolve it. So that's my video for today. I don't want to go on too much longer. If you think that you have that type of glitch or virus on your computer, you can book in a session. We'll do one session. We'll just clear it. Yeah. If you'd like to learn how to do this for yourself and learn to do what I do, you just drop me a message at support@robbrinded.com, and my assistant will get back to you. Remember, if you want to study with me in my online school, you're going to have to at least do one session with me for me to know if you're sort of open and there's no major glitches on the computer before you start working on yourself. Okay, thanks so much. Smash that like button and subscribe to my channel to get more of my videos. Many thanks. Take care.